Hey guys, very good evening to all of you and welcome to the video number 321. My name is Ajay and I'm going to talk about today how to deal with the PowerPoint issues. Some of you have actually commented on the channel also, and so in that in order to help you out in that, I'm just going to upload this video. I'm going to talk about that if you have an existing PowerPoint, then how you can work with the existing PowerPoint and how you can actually paste the charts from the different sheets. Right, so this video is going to cover a lot of things, extremely very advanced, super advanced stuff actually, and I would love to actually help you guys because this is really going to be very useful. Special actually the thanks to a person who actually have written this. So I'm gonna show you. This is the question actually came from subscriber Narendra Yadav, and so this is what actually he wanted. Let me show you actually. Let me correct my screen actually. As you know, I have got some problems in my laptop, so you got to pardon me till I'm back with that my original laptop, but still I'm trying to manage. I'm trying to upload the video so that the work should not stop. At least I should be able to answer your queries on time, right? Though I'm already little late I think in answering this question. So I simply I want to actually apologize for this. Please pardon me for that. But the problem was genuine actually. I was expecting my laptop to be repaired soon, but it didn't. So I thought, let me just take the help of another laptop, which actually is not in a good condition. Okay, so as you can see here, Narendra actually has written these comments on the YouTube. These comments are posted by him, I think maybe a week back. Hi Ajay, please help. I could not automate my PPT, my PowerPoint, as per your video number 185. I'm glad that you watched that video, because that was the time, I think maybe 2-3 months back, when actually I started a series on the PowerPoint, because a lot of queries are coming. They wanted to automate their PPTs, because everybody in MIS works on the MIS on the presentation, and where you copy those 50-60 slides, the charts and the data from the Excel to the PowerPoint, and it's gonna take a lot of time. I know that because I had faced it. So that's why I started actually that series. So it's a long time. I mean, we have around 6-7 videos there. I will show you if you're watching the channel for the first time, no worries. But then I stopped it because I thought everything is covered, and then you actually have commented it. You have given me a different task today, so thankful to you, because people will love this video. It has a lot of stuff to be discussed, and of course we have a lot of things to gain here. So he said, as per your video 185, where you create new PowerPoint and add new slides in a new PPT, but my question was to copy the chart in already formatted blank PPT where slides are already added. All right, thanks in advance. So basically what you're saying is that you already have a PPT which has the slides. I got the point. And most of my videos are on the existing, or are on the new PPT. So guys, this is what I was talking about. This is the playlist Excel VBA connecting PowerPoint with Excel, and 6 videos are there. You can see here I recorded it long time back, maybe 3-4 months back. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, right? So these are all the videos which you must see, because I have started actually from the scratch here. But all these videos, I think in all these videos what we did is we actually opened a new PowerPoint. We created a new PowerPoint, but in this time we have a already existing PowerPoint, and we need to work on that. Okay, and these are all by the way the different playlists which you can see here on the left side. 42 different categories we have. Under those 42 categories you will find the different kind of videos again, but related to that subject line. For example, here you can see that I got here all the part 1, part 2, part 6, and if you just scroll it down, you would find here that these are all the 6 videos actually. Okay, so go and watch these videos as well, but right now I'm just simply going to minimize this, and this is my Excel, guys, and pardon me if you have some, if you're not happy with the kind of the effects you see. This screen actually visually it is it looks little stressed, and I'm repeating in every video that it's just due to my laptop, which is under actually, which has gone actually for the repair. So the moment I will get it back, I will start soon working on the same laptop, and you will not have this problem. Okay, but still, I mean, we can manage it, I think. So you have here 2 charts which I have already created to save the time. There is some data, and you can see here that you have the 2 charts here. There is a one more sheet where I have a 1 chart, and in the sheet 3 I again have 1 chart. So my idea is to give you such a code which can work in all the situations. So we have different sheets. You may have 50 sheets, you may have 10 sheets, 5 sheets, doesn't matter. And you may have there 1 chart, 2 chart, 3 chart, doesn't matter. We are going to run the loop and we are going to cover every chart in every sheet one by one. Okay, so that's going to be the first thing. Not the first thing, actually, one of the things. The first thing would be to open the PowerPoint. Okay, so I'm going to, in front of you, going to create this the PowerPoint. Let me open the blank PowerPoint. So there we go, because you said that you already have a PowerPoint. So this is PowerPoint 2013. I'm going to open it and I'm going to insert, let's say, 4 sheet here. 4 basically the slides here, blank presentation, because you said that you already have the slides also. So I just delete this. I'll just simply make it blank. So let me just delete this. Okay, now we're going to copy this and paste it. Control C, Control V, again Control V and Control V. So I'm going to create here basically 4 slides for you, because I know I have only 4 charts, as I was showing you. 2 charts here and 1 chart here and 1 chart here. So overall we have 4 charts. So I just need the 4 slides. That's the first thing, right? Now we need to save this also. So I'm going to save this. I press the Control S and I'm going to save it on my desktop, obviously. So let's go to the desktop and so go to my computers and desktop, and I'm going to name it as let's say we want to name it as my work. Okay, so it's on my desktop. I save it and I'm now going to close it. There we go. Now let's go to the code now. So the code I'm going to write in this workbook only, where I have the charts. Okay, so we'll go in the Visual Basic. I click on the Developer tab, guys, and I'm going to click on the Visual Basic. And so let's say this is the blank module where we're going to write our code. Okay, this is the code. I will write the entire thing here. So as you know, because we need the PowerPoint, you need to have the library for the PowerPoint. This is exactly the same, as when we connect the Outlook with the Excel, you got to have the Outlook library. When you want to connect the Access with the Excel, you got to have the Access library. So there are all the videos are available on the channel. You just need to find out that playlist, like Excel VBA connecting Outlook with the Excel, and Excel VBA connecting Access with the Excel, and connecting Excel with the Access also. Everything is available. So I click on the reference, and we need to ensure that Microsoft PowerPoint, this object library should be activated. You got to check mark this. Okay, in my case it is already on because I was working on this, so that's why you see here check marked. Okay, but in your case you need to just press M and then find it out where exactly you have that library. Microsoft PowerPoint, they are all alphabetically sorted, just in case if you don't know, right? 15.0 doesn't matter because I'm using 2013, guys, so 15.0 would come. So whatever number you have, that's fine, as long as you have this Microsoft PowerPoint selected. Now this is fine. So let me just write the macro here, export charts, let's say. Now what is the first thing I want to do? Now before I go ahead, I want to give you a little bit background about about the PowerPoint, how we actually work with the PowerPoint. Though if you watch my other videos also on the PowerPoint, you would see that I have explained there as well. But maybe you are watching the channel for the first time, so I want to tell you, I don't want that you should pause the video and go back to and first check out those videos. Maybe after this you can do that, that's fine. Now guys, whenever you connect Excel application with the external application, you will have to have a thorough information of their classes, of their objects. For example, in Excel, if I talk about what are the objects, chart is object, pivot is object, worksheet is object, workbook is an object. Cells are the objects where you write something, right? Similarly, if you talk about the Outlook application, that's a different class, that's a different object, So in the Outlook also, if you go ahead and write the Outlook VBA, because there also you can write the VBA, that's entirely different from the Excel VBA, you would find their folders. Now folder is an object there, then you have the emails, you have the other things like namespace, I have talked about them in the Outlook videos. So if you talk about the MS Word, then they have the documentation, they have the documents, If you talk about the PowerPoint, because we are going to talk about the PowerPoint, first of all, I want to give you the idea. that what exactly how the PowerPoint actually works. So I will write here for you. PowerPoint is the biggest application, guys. PowerPoint application. You have to first of all tell your Excel VBA that you're going to deal with the PowerPoint application. I'm going to tell you about that. By the way, we have activated that library in the tools reference for this purpose only, because we want to communicate with the PowerPoint application. Now once you have the PowerPoint application, the next hierarchy, which the class which comes, is called the presentation, because in the you have the presentation also in the PowerPoint. Okay, after the presentation, the next thing which comes is slides, when you insert the slides, and then you have the shapes. If you know about these basically three different object classes, then it's very easy for you to work with the PowerPoint. You can make the logics actually. Okay, so the first thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to be back on this VBA, and the first thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to simply write here a line called dim PPT as PowerPoint presentation. PowerPoint presentation application, I beg your pardon, right? Now set PPT equals to new PowerPoint dot application. This will do what? This will make sure that you are going to now work with the PPT, which will be treated as a PPT, which will be treated as a PowerPoint object. So if I write here PPT dot, you see that PPT is not a VBA word, but because you have written here PPT as PowerPoint application, you get to see now all these things. A PPT can be activated. A PPT has the active presentation. There are a lot of stuff. Basically, these are the methods and the properties which are associated with the PowerPoint application, so you can actually access them. PPT is my word. You can write your name as well, as long as the code is correct. VBA will not mind it, right? But I would still say that don't make yourself so popular. Instead of that, try to give it a some other naming convention which somebody in your absence can understand it. Don't write Dimaj as PowerPoint dot application, right? Because if you leave the company and in your absence, then when somebody's gonna read out that code, they may not like remembering you. Because generally when you leave the company, people often like to forget you. So that's why I'm saying give it some maybe a name which is more easy to understand, right? Because if you write somewhere Ajay dot, then it doesn't look so nice. I mean, though you can do that, that's all up to you, but I'll leave it as PPT. And so because PPT now is going to be my PowerPoint dot application. Okay, so that means whenever I refer PPT, that means I'm actually referring to the PowerPoint application. As simple as that, guys. Okay, so what is the next thing you want to do? Well, the next thing I want to do is I want to make this PPT visible. Okay, the blank PPT, and then this is what you will write, MSO true, or you can simply write true as well. That's all up to you. A blank PPT will come into action. Okay, it will get opened. Once that will get open, the next line which you would like to do is you would like to open the presentation. This is how you write. It's exactly the same way when you open the Excel. Workbooks dot open, right? This is the PPT dot presentation open, and then here you need to provide the path. So I'm gonna write my path is which is actually in the quotes, double quotes actually. Okay, C drive, and I'll write here, I think that this is the slash users, and in the users I think it's Ajay P, and then the desktop, and then you have a PPT name which is I think my work. That's what actually I have written. Let me move this little to this side so that you can see the code. Okay, dot PPT, and put it within the quotes. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to further, let me just put it here more. This is how your PPT should come. Now before we do that, let me actually also check whether we got this PPT. What was the name of the PPT? So I'm gonna quickly check this. Let me minimize everything. What was the name actually of the PPT? The name of the PPT was my work, I believe. Let me press M. Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah, absolutely, this is the PPT, right? Okay, so this should open. So let's go back to the code. I'm going to use this now. So let me run this. So we're gonna press F8 to run this. There we go. Let's see if it is going to open it. PPT dot visible I press F8 and you can see in the background the PPT is open, which is a blank layout. Okay, it's not the original, but from this PPT I'm gonna open this PPT presentation. So there we go, method open failed. All right, so we have some problem here, and I think the extension, this is a PPTX actually. Okay, now let me press F8. Yes, that's it guys. So let me press F8. So this is the first step you should understand. Okay, now we are dealing with the existing PowerPoint, so that's why we got it open. If you're gonna watch the previous videos, as Narendra actually, he also watched, there we actually opened only the new PPT.visible. There we did not use this word. Okay, that's important line for you. Now what is the next thing you want to do? Now I'm assuming that you want to start with the first slide. Okay, you want to copy the chart here and then to the second slide and then to the third slide and to the fourth slide. Okay, so as I was telling you guys that once you have the PPT open, the next thing which you want to do is you want to work with the presentation. Okay, so define here your presentation, which is dim. Let's give it a name called PPT Press as PowerPoint presentation. This is how you write presentation. Okay, now once you have the presentation, you got to define it, what is it is going to equals to be. So we will have here PPT Press equals to now I don't know why I'm getting, when I'm pressing any key, why I'm getting these basically it's printing here. Let me check here just a second. I think everything looks nice. Not sure why it was showing actually, but anyways, that's fine now. Okay, now PPT Press, if it is a new slide, if it is a new PPT, then in my other videos what we did is we said PPT dot presentation add, because we wanted to add the presentation. There was no presentation basically because it's a blank PPT, so you got to add it. But in this video everything is already set up guys. There is a PPT, so PPT has a presentation also. In fact, if you have the slides, obviously slides are not possible without the presentation. As I was talking about, the hierarchy goes in this way. This is the biggest object, presentation, and then slide and the shapes. So slide, if you have a slide, obviously the presentation would be there. Okay, so let me just correct the spelling as well. It's presentation. Okay, so this is the important line for you now, which I'm going to write here. This is what you got to write. On my PPT, on my PowerPoint, you got to take me to the active presentation. So these are the basics, which you should understand. It's not that, if I'm writing the code, I just want you to copy and paste it. No, that's not the way I do the things, right? That's why I'm putting so much effort, so that you can actually look at the difference also, right? This is how the PPT dot the active presentation actually works. So this is what happens. Now we have the active presentation, which is this presentation. Now what we need to do is we need to actually pick up this workbook, and we want to go to the every sheet with every chart. So we will use actually two loops. One is the for each chart in the active sheet, and the second is we're going to use the for each worksheet, so that it can go to every sheet. And the code is so dynamic, so powerful, that it really doesn't matter what sheet names you have and what chart names basically you have, right? I've got a sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. You can have any other sheet name, that's fine. So we'll define here this dim ws as worksheet. Okay, and so we have the worksheet here, and we're going to run this for each worksheet, ws in worksheets. This is the collection loops. If you're new to the VBA, then go ahead and watch my playlist called Excel VBA loops. Okay, Excel VBA loops and the Excel VBA collection loops. These are the two playlists you must watch, and you will understand each and everything about the loops, guys. Now this is going to take me to the every sheet one by one. Okay, so I'm going to write here ws dot select. This will select the sheet one by one. Okay, now for example, if I'm on the sheet 2, first the sheet 1 will be selected. Now once it is done, then what I want to do is I want to actually copy the chart. So this is how you write for each chart, which I will declare in the above, but right now I'm just writing it ch in the active sheet, chart object. This is how you write. Again, I have videos on the charts as well, guys. You need to go to the the playlist called Excel VBA charts and the pivots, and I have talked about how to create the charts from the scratch using the VBA. So this is what exactly it is all about. You have now you got to define the chart as well. So in order to save the space, I'll just simply write here chart object. This is what you need to do. Okay, so by default all the charts will be are going to come into action. So what you need to do, obviously you need to copy the chart. So you're gonna copy the chart, and where you actually going to paste it, that's also very important. So here, before you write the worksheet, you got to define your slide as well, because the charts are always going to be pasted on your slides. These slides, this is the first slide, second slide, and third slide, and I haven't defined any slide as of now. So I'm going to define it. Let me just remove some space from here in this way. Okay, so now the next thing I will do is dim P slide. Let's say I'm going to name it as a P slide. You define it as a PowerPoint slide. All right, so this is the PowerPoint.slide. Now we have the 4 slides in total. Which slide we are going to talk about, right? So this is what we need to understand. So here I will write, when the chart is going to be copied, I'm going to set the slide number. So you write set word and you say that P slide, because they are all the objects. That's why I'm using the set word, just in case if you don't know. Okay, you can't write P slide equals to. So what is my slide is going to be? That's what is the important point. So obviously when the first chart is going to be copied, the slide has to be number 1. So how are you going to write it? So slide is a part of presentation. So your presentation is PPT press and then dot, and then you write here the slides, and then you give the number index. Okay, I can write here 1, but the point is the next time it has to be second. So we will use the variable. So I'm going to write here I. Okay, and we are going to define this I somewhere here. Maybe I can define here I as long, and to begin with I has to be equals to 1. That's it. Okay, and similarly you can just give a little backspace here so that you can see the code as well. Okay, and let me increase the height also a little more. Yeah, so this has to be the slide number first, and in order to paste the chart there, what we need to do is this is what you need to do. So on the P slide, on that slide, okay, this is what you're going to use, the P slide, and dot basically the paste function is there. The paste function actually shapes, and then you use the paste special. Okay, paste special, and whatever you want to do. I'm going to use the bitmap. That's fine. So there we have the bitmap here. Okay, so this is how the code actually right now looks like. Okay, so we are fine with this. Once the chart is copied, what is the next thing you want to do? Obviously you now want to go to the next slide. Okay, so in order to go to the next slide here, before you go to this next loop again for the next chart, please ensure that your I should change. So we're gonna have the I as I plus 1. Okay, so the next time when you're gonna run this, I has to be equals to I plus 1, so that your slide number should change to 2, and so on. Right, now you also need to ensure one thing, guys, which is very important, that the code should not keep on running every time. The moment your slides are finished, which are actually 4 slides, it should actually exit from the macro also. So what we can do is here in this, before we run the loop, I can write here my total slides. What are the total slides? So I write here total slides, total underscore slide equals to, how you going to calculate how many slides you have? So it's very simple. What you will do, you have already got the the PPT, so you're just going to write here slides. I beg your pardon, it's actually PPT press, your presentation. So presentation slides dot count. This is going to give you 4, because I have only 4 slides here. Okay, so when the I is going to be incremented, I will put the if condition here. Before it goes to the next chart, I also want to check if I have a sufficient slides or not, right? So we will write here that if I is greater than the total number of slides, which is this, then there's no point of going further, right? Then exit sub. This is how you can write it. Stop the macro, please. We are done with that. Okay, so I think this is the code, and let me save the code as well, and now we can run it. So in order to run it, I have to close this this one. Let me close this slide actually. Okay, there we go. Now the code is in front of you, and we're going to run this. Okay, still have a problem actually. It's not really giving me that kind of, it's nicely placed within it, right? Because of my this different laptop, which is a little bigger in the screen, and the laptop where I'm actually working right now recording this video, it has a different screen. You are not able to see that correct, right? But if I just show you like this, you see that this exactly comes in the mid of it, right? Because this is the big screen where it is coming exactly in the middle of it. So because here we started from the 1, you know that, right? So just in case if you have a slide, let's say you say that Ajay, I have already 2 slides created, I want to start with the third slide, right? Then again, not a problem. What you can do is, the only thing which you need to do is you need to declare I as 3, because when the I will be 3, the first time when the chart is going to be copied, it will paste on the third slide, and accordingly you can set up this condition as well that you need to check, right? So this is all about this the 2 important codes. This is the first one, and then this is the second one. You can pause the video and you can check out these simple codes, and let me know about this, whosoever is going to implement this in their office work. And if you have any questions, let me know about it, and please subscribe to the channel. I will be back very soon with some another exciting stuff. Thank you so much for watching, guys.